How y'all doing tonight? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are live for what could possibly be my, hopefully, as I keep saying for now, besides, the preview predictions and the stream for Sunday, this most likely could be my last ever NXT review. Well, I'm hoping for now. I'm going to review the show, and then I'm not going to grade it. I did have it on, I'll be honest, but I just didn't pay much attention. I have zero interest in NXT right now. And I'm sad. I'm sad to say that. Because NXT was really, before AEW, was the one show that always put on good content. We go back to 3 years ago. The legendary takeovers, like Takeover New Orleans, Takeover Chicago, the first one and the second one. We had Takeover Brooklyn. The Brooklyns are always some of the best takeovers for sure. Takeover Dallas in 2016. All these takeovers. And now it's just all gone. Like, is there anyone worthwhile in NXT to watch right now? Because you got Adam Cole and Pete Dunne, who are rumored to be heading out the door. You got, Karrion Kross, who's ruined. I mean, yeah, you do have Samoa Joe, but even after Joe wins the title, who's he going to fight? If Zoe Stark wins the title, who's she going to fight? They're poking around right now like crazy with Frankie Monet, who is, taking a back seat in the Robert Stone brand right now. Who knows? That's what I've been saying. Unless if some big thing happens at TakeOver 36, I just don't see myself watching NXT for now after TakeOver 36. And I watched this show tonight, and, I feel like if I would have paid better attention, or if my heart was more in, I feel like this would not have been that bad of a show. But I just have zero momentum and zero passion about talking about this brand right now, unfortunately. And it breaks my heart. I didn't want it to be like this. After TakeOver Stand and Deliver, I was praying that this was going to be getting back on track. I thought NXT was going to get back on track, especially when they brought back Samoa Joe. But then Karrion Kross's bad booking on the main roster as NXT champion. Oh, what else we got there? We had that, all the releases. It's like, and then now this stuff apparently Triple H is a bad leader. Now they're saying, and that, you know what? Even Tyler said in the live chat, it feels like the end of an era. Next Tuesday is going to feel like a whole new era for NXT. A whole new audience, a whole new demographic and everything. It's going to be basically just Vince's third brand. And that is why, unfortunately, unless NXT 36 does this, something good for now, I'm done with NXT. I'm done with NXT. NXT UK, I'm not too sure yet. Because there's a couple little things that makes me want to, continue to watch. But right now, I feel like NXT is going to be nothing but a 2-hour version of 205 Live. Like, bunch of no-names that I don't know, that I'm supposed to be getting invested in, but there really is no storytelling. A lot of people miscast. I just had it. I'll see these guys on the main roster when they get there, because, most of these guys who go up to the main roster end up being something completely different anyway that Vince changes up, because he did not create them. So, yeah, let's just talk about this and I'm going to bed. Live chat. We got Tyler saying he is sad also that wrestling is no fun. I agree. Mark actually can't wait for the wedding. We'll talk about that, of course, later on. WWE wasn't their money on Peacock that kept and keep for their wrestlers. I'm not sure what he said. NXT is done for it, and in an era, Vince is a bad leader for WWE. That, in fact, is true. Let's talk about it, guys. Let's go through it, and we'll go from there. So we open up with Malcolm Bivens in the ring with Diamond Mine, who I believe now is just Roderick Strong and Hideki Suzuki since they released Tyler Rust. That Bivens says he dislikes negativity, but he's going to get negative and go full negative, and how Kushida is a liar and a coward. How and apparently he's not medically clear, doesn't want to defend, and not going to be able to defend his title against Roderick Strong. So Roddy is offering up an open challenge. What happened to Kushida? I have no idea. It was accepted by Ilya Dragunov. Him and Strong had a nice back and forth match. What it seemed there was a part where Dragunov was busted open. Dragunov does get the win, which thank goodness, because and it did honestly hurt my match my interest a little bit of the match. But why would you have Ilya Dragunov lose just a week and a half or 2 weeks, whatever it is, before he has a match for the NXT UK Championship? And he loses also to the guy who literally couldn't beat Walter either. So I didn't get that at all whatsoever, but good to see him get a victory here. Dragunov then calls out I see somebody else is watching. Thank you very much, Ashley. Dragunov calls out Walter afterwards, but no response to Walter. We also have a nice Prime Target video package for Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, hyping up the end of their feud as the trilogy will be this Sunday. I'd say make that match a main event, as it probably will be. It's going to be a pretty good video package, but unfortunately, again, the end of an era completely, as the feud with O'Reilly and Cole's going to come to an end on Sunday as well. Hit Row came out. They talked about Santos Escobar ripping Swerve's grill out, and he calls out Escobar, who appears on a Tron, calls him out saying it was fun to take his grill, but he realized he may have disrespected his culture, and he saw how Hit Row burned their masks. He doesn't trust his crew, so he's not going to bring the grill to him, but he's on the parking lot, so if you want to come and get it, he's got the key. Swerve came out, but then, of course, the rest of Legado del Fantasma jump him. There was some big brawl, and then Swerve slams Escobar to the garage door, takes the key, and gets his grill back. Okay? Didn't lead to anything. We have LA Knight training and bragging how Ted DiBiase is going to be his butler after TakeOver, and then Josh Briggs promises him $10,000 if he injures. He promises Josh Briggs $10,000 if he injures Cameron Grimes, and I teach him a lesson. In which Grimes would defeat Josh Briggs with Ted DiBiase on commentary, but afterwards, LA Knight lays out Cameron Grimes, and then they have this nice little hype, segment with Grimes and DiBiase backstage. DiBiase's like, we may have met our match, and when he goes, no, I'm no butler, I am a champion, I'm going to be the $1 million champion, and we're going straight to the moon, as he said. Tyler says WWE wasting money on Peacock, then keeping Russ. Oh, I forgot. I already read it already. I'm sorry. Now we have some weird segment with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, which, by the way, congratulations to them, as Candice LeRae is expecting their first child. And then, of course, they are disgusted by the latest date that Indy Hartwell had with Dexter Lumis. But although they thought it was pretty cool, they went on a hot air ride. She threatens to get matching tattoos and wants to take things to the next level. And Johnny says the real proof is wrestling as a team. Johnny asks how that cake tasted last week. Hartwell says Dexter loved it and even had room for pie, which obviously was just a sex joke there. Weird as hell. We also have an interview with Io Shirai and Zoe Stark, who are still apparently not friends. They're just tag champions. I don't get it. We have Index, Dexter Lumis, and Indy Hartwell taking on the Robert Stone brands, Jesse Camilla and Robert Stone, with Frankie Monet at ringside. Again, why are they just poking around with Frankie Monet, and now she's stuck in this shuffle of a tag team there? She should have been just in her own entity or whatnot, or at least being the standout of the Robert Stone brand. But Index wins with a submission especially with silence from Indy Hartwell on the Jesse Camilla, and then afterwards, Indy Hartwell proposed to Dexter Lumis. Why? What's the story here behind this? Other than the fact that Indy just kept saying one day that she thought that Dexter was sexy. And I don't get it. So they're engaged now, for what it seems like, and whenever that way happens, it's gonna be creepy as hell, and I don't think I'm gonna be watching it. Malcolm Bivens his interview with Roderick Strong and says Dragunov is a heavyweight, so as far as he's concerned, the match never happened, and Strong is still focused on becoming no more contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. And again, for what division? Because there's literally no Cruiserweight division. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai had a interview via satellite, and basically it was, oh yeah, I should have known what you were going to do to me, because you did the same exact thing to Tegan Knox. You just use people just to get to what you want, and then Dakota's like, that's BS, whatnot. Just this typical interview like that for their match on Sunday. Carmelo Hayes then defeated Duke Hudson, who I know was a fan favorite apparently, to win the NXT Breakout Tournament. So it's going to be Carmelo Hayes and Odyssey Jones in the finals next week, which, going by what Vince says about, NXT is just full of a bunch of 30-year-old midgets, it looks like they're probably going to get Odyssey Jones winning because of, obviously he's built like Vince would want for that match. MSK would also retain the tag titles over Imperium. Afterwards, though, Walter, who was at ringside, brawls and powerbombs Nash Carr onto an apron. And then Ilya Dragunov does get involved and brawls, but Imperium stands tall. And the show ends. Well, first off, we have Ridge Holland calling out Timothy Thatcher. And then Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross had some face-to-face segment and brawl to end the show. That's basically all that happened. That's all I gotta say. Like I said, I have no passion to talk about NXT right now, and then nothing's happening. And again, I'm gonna watch TakeOver 36 this Sunday, but that's it. So, like I said, could be the end of my NXT reviews. For now, at least. Who knows? What are your thoughts on NXT this week, guys? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe for more content to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. I'm out. Have a good night. Peace out, everybody. Oops.